Hey,
Yo!
What's going on?
not
No.
much. Sorry about all the technical difficulties.
No worries.
Yeesh.
Can you
How's it
see
go?
me okay?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
see you.
Okay, cool.
It's a little dark in the bottom, but you're good. You got a beard?
No, actually, I have a goatee now. Might be too much. Nah, still the same.
Yeah, that's
It's
okay.
fine.
Okay.
It's a podcast. People are here to listen.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll just talk for do you want to keep it like this or you want to put it there?
Anything. This is fine.
All right, so we'll just talk for 30 minutes or so just about our friendship, you growing up and just life, how things going, being a father, your Duke experience.
Alright, cool.
Oh, that's a lot
yeah.
better.
Good, solid.
All right, so we'd like to welcome. All right, hold on. Time out. Cut. All right, let's start this over again. All right. So we'd like to welcome one of my very good friends, Tielor Robinson, to the podcast, aka T-Rob.
T-Rob.
One of the original members of 26B. He actually lived in 26B. What's up, man? How are you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you guys doing?
Doing
Good,
good. Yeah. Had a good Easter weekend?
Yeah, we had 4 or 5 Easter egg hunts, which is nice.
Oh, wow.
Jeez. 4 or 5? Who all were these Easter egg hunts with?
Daycare, the neighborhood, ours, they slashed the Easter bunnies.
Yeah.
A lot of Easter eggs. A lot of
Wow.
candy. which is
Cool.
good for
So
you.
I bet Hunter and Logan had a good time.
Oh yeah, they gotta get down the. You collect all the eggs you can, and not just the ones with the colors that you like. But
Don't waste your time with things you don't like. Only go for the things you like. So for those who may not know, Hunter and Logan are actually Tyler's kids. It's kind of crazy to think, Tyler, you're now a father of 2. But we're going to go way, way back. Tyler, do you remember when we, do you remember how we first actually met? Because
I was thinking about this randomly the other day. I just remember, I roomed with Dion, who was another wide receiver.
Yes.
And then you were friends with Rob, and I can't remember which. I think it was a combination of, you would come over every once and again to hang out with Dion and play video games. And then, we'd hang out with Rob, and we also hung out a lot. We both hung out a lot with the lacrosse team, the women's lacrosse team. So I think, combination of all of that, we just kind of started seeing each other more and more.
Yeah.
Texting each other and hanging out.
It was very. I have a very similar experience as well. I kind of remember because Tyler, you transferred into Duke, right, from Army?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I remember it was your first year on campus, and I'm pretty sure I was a sophomore at this time, and so my sophomore year I got hurt, and there was some type of party, or no, it wasn't a party. It was just people getting together and hanging out during the day on a Saturday. And I'm pretty sure you and Ben were hanging out. And I remember coming over and I feel that was the first time I actually remember hanging out with you. It was just a random party, a random get together on Central during the middle of the day. And yeah, and it was during football season because you and Ben both Ben was redshirting, and you were in the transfer year, so it was kind of we're all just hanging out. But I do remember because Dion, who was your roommate, your first year, was that your first year?
Yeah.
So Dion, he hosted me on, or not, he didn't host me, but Dion kind of when I was on my recruiting visit, he's yo, you should come in, and we're gonna have a great time and be wide outs and be together. So that was like it was definitely like just through a group of friends. Like, oh hey, like I'm Tyler. Hey, I'm William. Or I'm Jamar. But so what was your experience like at Duke? Like,
I mean, it got off to a little bit of a rocky start.
Oh no.
Because coming from Army, which is, you really only got to go out. My freshman year, you got once a semester, and then sophomore year, I think maybe you got 2 times a semester.
Jeez.
But with football, that really turned into once a year or twice a year. And so when I got to Duke, it was, I couldn't play in games. I could only practice because of the transfer rules.
Mm-hmm.
I had all this free time and freedom. And at West Point, we took, it was like 8 classes a day, 8 classes a semester or something like that.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was more of a high school type academic schedule.
Yeah.
And then I came to Duke, it was like 4 classes that have maybe a class a day or something like that, 2 classes a day or something like that. So I had all this free time.
Mm-hmm.
And we practiced. Yeah, we practiced, and then it was like, well, I'll do a little bit of homework here, and then I'd go out and enjoy myself. So, of course, I was on academic probation after the first semester.
We all were. It's at Hattie, maybe.
But,
I wasn't an athlete, so I didn't have to spend all my time doing other things.
And it was kind of weird that, so I transferred into Duke with enough credits to graduate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I think Duke had like
the special requirements
and quality or study or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They all transferred as general credits. They didn't transfer into those
like specific. Yeah.
So by the time I actually graduated, with getting hurt and having an extra year, I had enough time to graduate like 2 or 3 times over.
So like. What was like? So you got hurt. How did you get hurt? And like, what was that process like coming back from injury and everything?
Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. It was actually against Northwestern in a game that we won for the first time in 19 games or something like that.
Yeah, the longest losing streak in the NCAA.
Yeah. And it came to an end. Yes, you guys made it come to an end. Good job.
Yeah, and we were killing them with this play. It was basically an option inside zone, and it was a pretty easy call. If there was a defender here, we went the other way. If he was here, we went the other way. So and we were getting about 8 or 10 yards of carry, and I got the ball. It was the second quarter, first was late in the first or early in the second quarter, and I was running, and I felt the guy come from the side of me, and it was just like a normal tackle, but I guess the way that I was, running, and he fell down on my ankle, something didn't feel right. So I came out of the game, and I wore ankle braces. So they took it off, taped it off, taped up my ankle, and I put the ankle brace back on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like running up and down the sideline. Hap was like, Hap, our trainer,
Mm-hmm.
I said, how do you feel? I don't feel any pain. It feels fine, except it feels like I'm walking on a sponge. It's just like a really weird feeling. So,
it's not comforting to hear.
Yeah, I feel like I'm walking on a sponge.
Yeah, he took me back for x-rays, and after that, they were like, yeah, you're done for the season. You tore, on the x-ray, they could see that I tore the ligament in between my tibia and fibula. And what the sponge feeling, they said, was actually I can't remember which bone, whether it's the small or little one, but it was like, when I took a step, it was actually coming down on the ligaments on my foot, or in my ankle.
Ooh.
So that was a spongy feeling I was feeling.
Oh.
Yikes.
So once they got in there, they realized it was actually a lot worse. I'd torn other ligaments in my ankle as well.
Oh, no.
So they're like, we don't know how you weren't in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
I was like, have a high
And
pain.
just like college football, we wanted to tape you up and try to put you back in the game.
I was kind of lucky it happened when it did, because if it had went like a quarter longer, I actually think it's halfway through the second quarter. If it had went a quarter longer, I would have ended up playing more than a quarter of the season, and that was the cutoff for
redshirting.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So got kind of lucky.
Yeah, and got an extra year of college football.
I know.
So I think you played like, how many positions did you play? Because I know you played like running back, like you played fullback. Like how many positions on the team did you
He's a man of many
play?
talents. Put me in, coach.
Yeah.
I can play whatever position.
Yeah. So at Duke, well, I guess at both places, I played fullback, running back, tight end, which is an H-back. And when Coach O'Brien was here, I was actually going to be able to play a little bit more split out, like in the slot a little bit. But then he left.
Went on to great things. Now he's coaching Deshaun Watson in the NFL.
Yeah, I know. I think that's an upgrade.
So after you graduated from Duke, you went and lived in Winston-Salem for a little bit.
Well, there was a little gap there.
Oh, really?
So I officially graduated in December. And then I stayed at Duke and trained. Now, I don't know whether I did more training for football or for the weekends, but that's another story. Living with Ben when you're trying to
Ben Loebner.
train for the NFL is not conducive. It's counterproductive, I guess. But it was a great time. So I actually, we had the pro day, draft came, then went to Minnesota. Didn't catch on there. Went to Buffalo. Didn't catch on there. And then at the time, the UFL was coming along. So I went to a couple workouts and had a couple of hamstring problems. And after that, I said, all right, I'm good. I tried.
Yeah. Gave it a good effort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was August, September time frame. I was like, I'm all right. So I went back home. Well, went back to my grandparents for a while. I tried to figure out what I wanted to do. And then in December is when I started, moved to Winston-Salem and started a solid internship with the baseball team down there.
Cool.
Yeah, I was there for a couple of years. Went from intern to full time, and then at that moment I was like, I don't know if I want to work in this side of sports. And that's when I got into the technology field.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And I saw an opportunity to work with a company in Raleigh, and I took it, moved to Raleigh, and from there it's all technology all the time.
Nice. Now I remember when you moved back from Winston-Salem to Raleigh, or to you were living in Raleigh. I was so happy. We come out and hang out with you guys, hang out with you and your dogs at your apartment complex. And your apartment complex was right across the street from where you worked, correct? Or is it a little bit of a...
Yeah, it was the office complex was in the middle of our apartment complex. It was good. I was working 60 plus hours a week, so it was nice, with the dogs.
Right, you could just zip over.
I eventually had both. Yeah, I would walk to work. Through some unfortunate circumstances, when I first moved there, I didn't have a car, so that was great.
Yeah.
So I would walk to work, and then at lunch I'd walk home and take the dogs out and sit and watch American Dad for a little bit, and then
go back to work.
Yeah, it was great.
So you left the company here in Raleigh, and then you moved up to DC, right?
Yeah, well, I stayed with the company when I moved for, I don't know, another 8 or 9 months.
Okay.
So I worked from home. And then that company, while it was great, the work that I did wasn't really conducive to working from home.
Mm-hmm.
It was full-time remote. So I started working for GW as a project manager after that, George Washington University, and determined that project management was great, but at least at GW, it wasn't exactly what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
So I had a great relationship with a couple of folks on the more technical side, and actually I worked on a ton of projects with them where we do a lot of the same. We'd work together to get the job done. And I was like, oh, I really like this stuff. So position became open, and the supervisor Manzera, who's oddly enough still my supervisor through a couple of team moves and all that fun reorganizations. He's like, yeah, come on, man, you'd be great at it. So I went over there, and I'm still working with him now. And
nice.
It's been great. I'm enjoying it.
Good. So like you moved up to DC, like why? Like what was your incentive for moving up to DC?
Women.
That's a plural, like a woman.
Woman. Yeah, so I met a friend's sister. She lived in the DC area, and we dated on and off for a while, and then we figured, if it was going to go any further, we'd had to, kind of be in the same place.
Yeah.
It was easier for me to move up than for her to move down, so I did that, and we had two kids, 2 dogs.
Nice. I remember you guys had such a beautiful wedding. So I was actually in your wedding. I'm one of the groomsmen. And it was like it was such a like joyous occasion. It was kind of seeing you kind of grow up. Well, not grow up, but like just kind of seeing the culmination of like all the years of knowing you, and kind of like you and Kathleen so happy, and like everyone was there. Like your uncle was there, your uncles were there, like your grandma and grandpa were there, and like throughout these years, like you and I, we've gotten to know each other, and like I've heard about these people and like gotten to know them, and just to see everybody there, like Duke alums, like all they're hanging out celebrating. Unfortunately, I didn't know Hattie at the time.
It's okay.
So Hattie was not able to come to the wedding.
It went on without me.
Yes,
I
and
heard
a good
it was
time
great,
was had.
so yeah. I think it turned out okay.
But so you've kind of moved back here to North Carolina, like which is kind of like home base for you, right?
Yeah. It was. I guess you could say I was born and raised in North Carolina, except for like a year.
For a year. So what's it like being back here in North Carolina and like having kids now? Because like since that wedding, you've become a father, and like what's it like being here in North Carolina, your home state, and having kids?
I mean, it's great. It's definitely different from when I grew up. For a number of reasons. We live in the suburbs, and Roanoke Rapids wasn't big enough to be considered the suburbs. So I mean, the neighborhood is great. The kids have tons of friends. There are a ton of kids around.
That's
awesome. Really?
Yeah, so they go over to our neighbor's house and play, and they come over here. I mean, it's great. Being a father is, it's got its challenges. I mean, no one writes a how-to manual. They try to, at least. It doesn't apply.
Did you read one?
I read a bunch before Hunter was born.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea what to expect. I've been around babies, for a day, and then I wouldn't be around them for another year or so.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest of my generation in the family. So my cousins, they lived in New York and Connecticut. So it's like whenever they would come down when they were smaller, it was like for a couple of days, and then they're back.
Gone, yeah.
Yeah, so I read a few books, and so I was prepared for the weird stuff, like the stuff that happens with everyone, right? Birth, kind of the weirdness that happens there with, how the babies function. It's actually kind of cool how that whole process is. Cool in terms of,
like scientifically interesting. What'd you say?
Do you mean like medically or just like the experience?
I mean, everything. It might just be me. When you have a kid, like the actual process of having a kid is, you're like, you were inside someone for 9 months.
And now you're out. Yeah.
Water, right? Floating water. And now all of a sudden, boom, and like span of a split second, you're crying and you're alive. And we made my wife and I. We made you, and you're a combination of ours. Hopefully, the best of both worlds. Let's see.
Time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy when I think back on it a lot. It's just crazy, and then life happens. We've been fortunate enough to have fairly easygoing kids.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them, 2 months exactly, started sleeping through the night. So
nice, doing something right.
And then, I mean, they've just been, when they were babies and up until now, they've just been pretty easygoing. Now we're getting into personalities, and learning patience, which
are they learning it or are you learning it?
There's two different kinds of learning, but we're both learning it. I am not patient, so I'm definitely learning patience. And just teaching them, watching them grow. Seeing every day, Logan, who's our youngest, he's just kind of started saying words. So it's like one day he'll say car, right? And the next, it's ball. And now he's hi and hello and bye. I mean, it's with him, you kind of see every day he's learning something new and he's retaining the information pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
With Hunter's just, he's in a league of his own. He's a super smart kid.
Yeah, he is.
Super energetic. He knows what he wants and what he doesn't want.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great. So they're both really, really good kids. We were fortunate to have some really, really cool kids.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, they have a great dad.
Yeah. Maybe that's the best of both worlds, they can blame the parents for how great they turned out.
True.
Yeah.
So
they don't know anything else, right? They don't know any other dads. So hopefully, they turn out all right.
So I know, one last little topic I wanted to kind of hit on with you is just like the twins. They have obviously been a very big part of your life. So could you talk a little bit about like the twins and like you guys' relationship and how much they kind of mean to you?
Sure. So growing up, I had a sister. She passed away 10 years ago.
I'm sorry.
But it was her, my mom, and myself. And so the house was female dominant. So on the weekends, we weren't really watching. I was at the house, we weren't watching football. We were watching figure skating or something, or
gymnastics.
What's wrong with watching gymnastics?
Gymnastics as well. So I would, a lot of times during football season, I would go to my grandparents' house. So I ended up starting to live there full time for a while. And my cousins, there are actually three of them, the twins and their older brother.
Mm-hmm.
They would come down in the summers. And so at that point, I would always be at my grandparents' house. That was awesome. We would play Tiger Woods, PGA Tour 2098 or something like that.
On the PlayStation?
Yeah, on the original PlayStation. Of course, we'd play basketball in the backyard and football. It was great.
It'd be the boy tribe with all of you guys.
Yeah. And then, the summer would end, and it would be a whole summer, which is awesome. Summer would end, they'd go back to, Connecticut, and it'd just be me again. So I was actually, growing up, I was closer to Corey, the older one, because he was closer to me in age.
Yeah.
About a year apart, a little over a year apart. But and at the time, he lived with my grandparents as well. He moved to New York and with Uncle CJ, and he kind of changed, so we kind of got on two different wavelengths a little bit. And then that 1 year I was talking about, born and raised, except for 1 year in North Carolina, is when I moved to Connecticut for my senior year in high school. Football and academic reasons.
Was that a big change for you?
Kind of. It was just different, Went from, kind of being in the country to Connecticut. And, I mean, their school curriculum was awesome. I really needed that because I was really far behind in terms of a couple of areas. I probably still am far behind in writing. And, I mean, that really helped me out a ton, just the year I was there. And with football, football made everything much easier. There's my best friend in high school is actually still playing in the NFL now.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, he plays center. He was just in the Super Bowl for the Rams. But that made things easier. Made it, a little bit more. People accepted me more. I don't know if it's because of me or how good I was at football, but it just made things easier.
Mm-hmm.
And I still stay in contact with some of my friends that, from up there. But that's when I got really close with the Twins because the Twins and I were more into the sports scene, so we'd always train together. We'd hang out together. They kind of looked up to us as their big
cousin. Yeah.
Right.
Corey, while he played sports, he kind of did his own thing as well, but we weren't really into the things that he did. So then we were, what happened? I went to West Point, and they were still in high school. And then when I went to Duke, they graduated and went to prep school for a year because they wanted to go to Duke. Their dad, to Duke. They probably wanted to go more so than I did.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would host them on their unofficial and official visits. It seemed like they were on 100 unofficial visits. They were all
they came down to Duke every chance they got.
Yeah. And for me, it was a payday. So you got like the $20 or whatever for both of them. And then they came to Duke, and it was kind of the same situation as in Greenwich, where I would look after them, make sure they didn't get in any trouble as much as you can without smothering them. And then, we graduated, and it's just I talked to them every day. They're doing great. They call me for advice when they need it. They know that I'm there, and we try to make it a point to see each other whenever we can and hang out.
That's awesome.
We like to have a good time. And it's great. Both of them are godfathers to one or both the kids. So it's great. They were the best men at my wedding. So, yeah. That's the twin story.
That's awesome.
Well, my friend, thank you. I hear those kids in the background, so we're going to let you get back to father duties. But we really appreciate you coming on, man. I love you. I can't say I appreciate your friendship more and more every day. And thank you for being on the podcast with us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tyler.
I love you guys as well.
All right. Take care.
See you guys.
All right. We don't actually have to. We can. Yeah. All right. We'll take. I think you get what I was trying to say. All right. Well, see you later. Tell those kiddos I said hey, and we'll talk to you later, man.
Tell Kat we said hi too.
All right. I will. I'll see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.